Okay, so I'm putting it to my eye and I'm looking. A minute ago I had a beautiful face of an alien goddess. Now she's gone. I'm just spinning it around until something shows up. So I have a shape now and I spin the shape until I recognize something. This is a man on an animal, a man on the back of some kind of an animal. It's not. I had a thought that it was a man on a donkey because I get a man on a donkey often, like at least every second scrying session I get a man on a. But then sometimes I get a man on another kind of animal, on a reindeer, on a lion, a man on the back of a dragon even. And this is a man on the back of something. It's an animal, but I don't know what the animal is. And so this man on the back of an animal, it's a therianthrope theme. It's often like these things that I get that are animal totems and stuff. These things are symbolic, and they're often symbolic of astrology. Last night I had this amazing thing of all the star signs as sentient. Every single star sign, every horoscope is a sentient entity. It is literally alive, and that's why they exist in our consciousness, and it is steering us. They are real. There's a real Leo, there's a real Aries, there's a real Virgo, Sagittarius. It's all there. Libra. Okay, so now I'm getting a man again wearing a helmet, and he's standing on an animal again, and it's some kind of horse, but it's like a steppe horse. So this is like a barbarian. It's like it's a Hun actually. And it's the back of a steppe horse. I don't know why this is coming up, but I have been getting lots of historical stuff. And so I've got that. This man is on horseback now, and he's got hundreds of people, thousands of people coming riding behind him, and he's riding this sword upraised. This must be Attila. I'm assuming this is Attila. Yes, it's Attila and his hundreds of thousands of followers going across the steppes, and Attila's speaking about war and the war that is happening now. This talks about how war only satisfies greed, lust, envy, and pride, and all the sort of sins. All the sins are, and so the Hungarian, we look back and we say he was a fucking genocidal maniac, and yes he was, and if we do war still, that's what we are, that's how history sees us. You know, the males see us as conquerors, the women see us as genocidal hordes that just massacre. Alright, so now I'm getting a female figurine, and she's mother who's got her hair tied up in a scarf. She's wearing a African dress with quite padded shoulders, very beautiful, and she's talking about war, and she's talking about the cost of war and the wounds and the mothers, and how war drains our power because we are constantly in fear of losing our children. Her womb bleeds constantly. It bleeds in fear, and it bleeds and gives. It doesn't generate. And whereas yin force is supposed to be blood and generative, this is blood and draining, and this is a yin. This is a reversal we have to do on the yin, on the divine feminine. Stop this womb from perpetually bleeding. Stop this hemorrhage. It's supposed to be a space that gives life and generates and makes children and babies, and life comes from there. It's a sacred space. It's not just supposed to perpetually bleed and bleed. Wow, it's a very powerful one for me, for my goddess. She's the goddess who came to me in the card. Okay, and now just after the goddess I have kind of a demonic figure with big bat wings behind it, and its head is flaring, and it's a figure, it's a demon, and it's terrifying. But I'm also laughing at it because it's not terrifying at all. It's just for show. Demons only have the power we give them. If you give a demon any power, if you give the demon a little crack, it floods in. That's how they get in. But you give it to them, and you can keep them away, and you can get them out actually very easily. They quite easily overcome our demons. We don't give ourselves enough credit for our light. Right, so now this demon's above. And what's below? What's a landscape? Ah, here we go. I'm at the Sphinx now. 5 minutes in. I'm at the Sphinx, and it's this. The Sphinx for me has become a portal to all the other planets with hominid life in that have some form of this mythology and then this Egyptian mythology. So wherever this Anunnaki type entity has moved from planet to planet, exist these sphinxes. They're modelled after that. The new Egyptians modelled off Zet Tepi, the older times, which were Anunnaki gods and goddesses living amongst us. The Vedas talk of them as well, these blue-skinned beings, these giants who lived amongst them, the gods that lived amongst men. Anyway, so this demonic force was above. And the sphinxes are below, and I'm seeing blasted sphinxes in worlds that have had massive cataclysms and terrible trauma and destruction and nuclear weapons and vitrified sphinxes. There are multiple sphinxes for all the worlds. And in front of the Sphinx is India, who is a Lemurian cat goddess. Amanda's baby girl, who, since she passed over, has been appearing in my crystal and giving me the most incredible Lemurian and lion and leonine and Sphinx and Lamasu visions. Thank you, girl, I love you. Little girl, big goddess. Okay, I'm seeing faces in the cliffs behind the Sphinx. It's usually Mars that I go to. I'm going to assume that it's Mars, but there's many parallels between Mars and Earth. So the other day I was asked, could I go to the belt of asteroids between Earth and Mars, or between Mars and Jupiter? I don't know, I can't remember. And I asked to go, and I went there, and I saw a planet that had been exploded, and I saw the trauma of that planet, and I saw an entity that is just in stasis, that is from that planet, that is just hanging and waiting to be found again. Not on the asteroid belt, elsewhere. It's seated elsewhere on Earth, on Mars. It's all over the place. And it's in that field, its energy is in that field, it's consciousness waiting to be decoded. And that we can speak this language at some point. We can speak into that asteroid belt and speak to the survivors of Tiamat. Okay. Oh, it's a good scry for now.